Curtain Jerks is brought to you by Audible.com. Get your free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android. Whoa! Lightning! Smoke!
Yeah, love to read. Yeah,
Macho Man Randy Savage, what are you doing here?
Yeah, love to read. Talking about reading, yeah, got a book right here,
Hey, wait a minute. You know, with audible.com /audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network.
There's a lot of slashes in there. I don't know if any of those are accurate.
Really? Let me try that again. You know, at audibletrial.com/comedy podcast network, you can read things with your ears on your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or your MP3 player.
What do you mean? I don't have to pick up a book no more?
Yeah, you had the most muscular pinky I'd ever seen when you picked up that book.
That's right. See, the problem is that I have with books is they're my enemy, yeah. Because I always get paper cuts. That's why I always got tape on my fingers,
Macho Man Randy Savage, you don't have to cut your fingers anymore on books. You can listen to these books.
No more paper cuts?
No more paper cuts.
The beauty of Audible is I got no more paper cuts, so I can read even more with my ears.
That sounds like a hell of a slogan. The beauty of Audible is no more paper cuts.
No more paper cuts for the Macho Man, no. So you telling me that I gotta pay for no more paper cuts?
See, that's the beauty part, Macho Man Randy Savage. With this, you get a free audiobook once you use the Curtain Jerks promo code.
Free audiobook? Yeah, dig it.
That's free, and then you're also going to be free of paper cuts.
Free of paper cuts, free downloads, free everything. The show is free. I like it.
You know what, Macho Man Randy Savage? You're welcome.
Let's go to the circus.
Let's do it. Welcome, everyone, to Curtain Jerks, right here on the Comedy Podcast Network. I'm Scott Narver. I'm Steve Sears. And we bring you wrestling each and every week, but not just the normal wrestling, not just the news,
rundown,
the scoops,
or all that stuff.
And we've got that, too.
We've got it. We're not going to give it to you.
No, we've got it, but it's in Spades. Spades is the small locker where we keep all the information.
Yeah, and it's run by David Spade.
Yeah.
Oh,
so smarmy.
He will cut you down.
Sarcastic. Just incisive.
Look out, celebrities.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, we're the David Spades of wrestling.
Yeah, think of it. I like that. I like that. When did he
We'll cut you wrestlers down. We'll do a jab at you. We'll make fun of you. Do your voices.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Cesaro. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. But we're comedians living in Los Angeles and bringing you all the news that's fit to stint.
Stint?
You know, a little stint, like all the news that's fit to make a bit about.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we've had such comparisons as The Daily Show or Comedy Bang Bang. I'll take those. Those are fine and happy.
Way better than the Bataan Death March or the Trail of Tears. Those are comparisons we just don't care for.
Yeah, those are bad comparisons. We don't like those. Or the Deer Hunter home game.
Yeah, don't cater to them.
Yeah, don't.
That's just in your parents' basement with whatever you could get out, whatever you could reach behind into the gun cabinet and get. Mm-hmm. You know, like how they have those little those outlet holes for the entertainment centers. You remember those?
You mean like what's in this one here?
Oh, no, so you got an entertainment center, and you got that particle board on the back, and you've got all those little like those holes so you can fit the cords through. Mm-hmm. I, for some reason, imagined one of those on the back of a gun rack.
Yeah.
And some kid putting his hand in, grabbing himself a little Derringer or a...
I got something.
I got something. Ooh, I got a Soviet pistol from 1962.
Bang.
It's very tiny. And then they play Deer Hunter in the basement.
Hooray! As you all know, Thanksgiving just happened. And we're thankful that we didn't shoot ourselves with our father's guns.
Yeah. Rip.
Rip Paul Walker. Yeah, Paul Walker died.
Oh, that was a shock.
I hope he's remembered for being all right.
You know what I think a lot of people are thinking? Like, the first thing was I was really bummed because I was like, oh, man, I never really thought much of that guy. I think the only movie I really liked with Paul Walker was a movie called Running Scared.
Oh, yeah, Billy Crystal, Gregory Hines.
Mm-hmm, the two undercover cops in New York City.
Yeah.
No, it was another Running Scared, and it was him playing this sort of low-level drug dealer trying to hide a gun that his kid steals. Oh
no.
I'm serious.
Really?
I just remember this.
Holy shit.
And
Yeah, it was really good. And I'm sure he's great in the Fast and Furious movies. I've never seen all of them.
I've never seen any of them either. Have you seen any of the ones with The Rock in them? Wrestling tie-in?
No, I wanted to.
But it's too late now. They're all buried with Paul Walker.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
And I like Joyride.
That's the one with the killer truck?
No, well, there's a killer trucker.
What is a trucker?
A trucker is the man who drives the truck.
You mean there's a person inside of the truck?
That's right. They're not all.
I thought I call them steel whales.
It's not all Duel, Steve.
No.
It's not all the movie Duel.
There is a driver in Duel, right?
You never see him. Oh, you see his boots.
Yeah.
The Steven Spielberg not classic. People try and pretend like it's
It was made for TV.
Well, yeah.
Maybe,
feels like it.
Maybe
Just
the
like Paul
commercials
Walker was.
Maybe the commercials were a relief.
Yeah.
I'm bummed. Like
I'm not.
You don't know the guy.
No, I don't.
I didn't know the guy either. That's what.
And nor do I feel like many of us knew him through his movies because we went, nah, I'm not gonna see that.
True. The backlash on Facebook I saw a lot of was people like, enough with the Paul Walker jokes. All right, somebody died, and a lot of people respect, and I'm gonna be praying for you. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, our good friend Lehman he said like, so wait, you don't want me to make jokes about Paul Walker, but what about the 100,000 other people that are dying every day?
Yeah. That's a lot of jokes to make. I mean, Lehman's going to take that up on himself, and good for him.
Yeah, that's
good for ripping on every single person that dies.
Yeah, every single person. Just bring a little bit of levity to it.
I mean, yeah, it's sad that he died. I didn't know him that well. I feel the same, and I wanted to watch the Fast and Furious movies with The Rock in it, but it's too bad. I hope Rock doesn't feel too sad about it.
Well, they're putting that movie on hold, Fast and Furious 7. Like they.
Oh, great! You're screwing The Rock out of a job. What's he supposed to do? Go back to wrestling?
That guy's on food stamps.
Piece of shit. Well, over the Thanksgiving break. Well, how was your Thanksgiving, by the way?
It was great.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Our UK listeners have no idea what we're talking about right now.
But no, they know. It's just
Paul Walker Thanksgiving. What?
No, I think they got the Paul Walker bit, but Thanksgiving, it's like, whatever. Okay, guys. Yeah, they all sound like they're from California, too.
Yeah.
That's my British accent. Whatever, guys. Okay.
Sure.
What?
You saw family.
I saw family.
In Oakland.
In Oakland. It was really nice. I had a really good stuffing.
Yeah.
I had, probably the best stuffing I've ever had. It was a cornbread stuffing. It was the stuff that was cooked inside the bird.
Really? That's bacteria ridden. That's not good to do.
No. It was cooked. Yeah, but it's baked. The temperature's brought up so hard that any bacteria is killed.
That's weird.
It was really good.
I don't recommend you do that anymore.
And when it cooled down, you could cut it like slices of bread. It was perfect. I had sandwiches with stuffing inside it. So it was bread, breaded breading, and then bread.
Describe the stuffing you had in an equivalency to a WrestleMania match. What stuffing was this?
This was probably the second Triple H Undertaker match with the Hell in a Cell.
Were there just with the Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talking between you and the stuffing, huh?
I was telling that stuffing don't do this. You're so good. Don't do this. I have to do this.
Don't make me do this.
Don't make me do this.
Don't make me do this.
I have to do this. Don't make me do this. I have to do this.
Who was playing Shawn Michaels in this situation?
I was playing all the roles because I really liked the stuffing.
Oh, okay.
But I like to think that the crowd was probably the gravy, blanketing me in their cheers.
So that's Thanksgiving Day. What about then the sandwiches? What WrestleMania match is that?
I actually was doing sandwiches the night of Thanksgiving. I ate on Thanksgiving, and then that night I started making the sandwiches.
So what WrestleMania match is that? Because it's not the same. Sandwiches can't be the same as the meal.
Remember that Hardcore Championship Battle Royale?
Yes.
That was
Pete Gas, two-time Hardcore champion.
Yeah. That I think was what the sandwiches were that night. Later on.
Ooh, that's brutal. Yeah. So there was a botch finish in that match.
Well, there was a lot of botched finishes because every time I thought I was done, I kept going back and making more sandwiches.
Wow.
I just realized.
R.I.P. Crash Holly.
I just realized on
this
Saturday.
Is our dead episode.
On Saturday, I went to the Dickens Fair at the Cow Palace in San Francisco.
Oh, what did the Dickens people sound like when they talked?
Well, this is I felt bad for our British listeners, even though they weren't there, because it was just a lot of people in San Francisco with fake British accents.
Yeah.
And to me, a bad accent is the most disarming, uncomfortable thing I can be around. It really makes me uncomfortable. And mine are terrible. Terrible.
So the Dickens Fair, what happens there?
So it's the Renaissance Fair, but it's based around completely the works of Charles Dickens.
What?
Yeah.
Is there a dunk tank?
No, but there's like an introduction where this guy like introduces you to all the characters from Dickens novels. Not all of them, but all the major ones.
Okay.
And then they open these giant curtains, and it is the streets of London, but
Okay.
essentially they're all shops. Like it's a giant strip mall. It's like the Renaissance Fair. You know, the Renaissance Fair is like games and then fucking shops after shops.
Tons and tons of shops.
So that's what it felt like. It felt like tons of Dickensian shops in the Cow Palace.
Can you imagine a wrestling fair?
Don't they autograph signings? Like the convention stuff.
No, but I mean like a wrestling fair.
Oh, you
So
mean
take
like
the
brought
idea
to you,
of
like
by a Ren fair or people, these fan obsessed types that then put on a fair, but it's wrestling. So you have these original characters, people that are doing established guys, and it's a whole fair, and you show up, but then there's shows of this reenactments and all this other stuff, but
I can imagine
they're all in the zone of doing all that
I can
stuff.
imagine it being on the same level of Comic-Con. Maybe not the same amount of people, but the same idea of like people showing up in costume. The opening day like event where it's matches, and then like storylines where they have the Titantron and people are yelling at each other. There's going to be a small subset of monster truck enthusiasts also. And then also like there's going to be like wrestlers running around and doing skits in front of people and sort of being like calling each other out and then having wrestling matches instead of productions or plays. Sketches and spoofs.
Also with shops and everything like that, there'll be a little chop station.
Chop.
Yeah.
Oh, to get chopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk over there like, oh, you think you're tough, do you? Come on, dude.
I think I'm tough.
And then, yeah,
I think I'm tough.
Kids take off their shirts and they get chopped there.
Yeah. And then there's also the boot shop where they either give you the
Yeah,
big
where
boot,
the
you get a big boot, or you're buying boots.
Yeah, the super nerds buy you get them a year in advance. You customize them and they do all that. Because those nerds love to do that leather crafting and buy the weapons and all that shit.
I was one of those nerds.
Where's all your weapons then?
I had a dagger collection in junior high.
Shut up, really?
Yeah. It wasn't a violent thing. I was just like, yeah. And
Where's
then-
your dagger collection?
God, I don't know. It's probably in Oakland.
You live in Los Angeles, for God's sakes. Where's your dagger
Where's
collection?
your dagger collection? Renaissance Fair in costume. That was pretty tough. I'm glad I didn't do. I was bummed I didn't do the Dickens Fair in
Do
costume.
you have a photo of this
Oh,
available?
yeah.
That needs to go up on the Facebook page.
I don't think so.
Come on, I post embarrassing photos of me all the time, and I got more.
That's like sex tape level of awkwardness for me.
What were you doing there? Was your dick out?
Looking like a fat little
Oh,
kid wearing giant fucking popper clothes.
So it was the Dickens Fair, and your dick was out.
No. That was the Dickens Fair. I was talking about the Renaissance Fair.
Right, but
Never done the Dickens Fair in costume.
Oh.
Always wearing a giant penis suit.
Listeners, I think you want to see this picture as much as I do of Steve at the Renaissance Fair in costume.
Good luck. It's seared in my memory. I'll see if I can find
Oh,
it.
Sears in your memory?
Sears, huh? Did you get that in there?
Well, I watched some wrestling over Thanksgiving with my dad.
Are you adopted yet?
By him?
No,
Like,
have
did
you
he
been
disown me
disowned?
and
Yeah.
then re-adopt me?
How'd that go? How did watching wrestling with your dad go?
It was the worst moment every time that he could have walked in the room or turned his head to acknowledge what was going on. It was the worst fucking moment each and every time. Every single fucking time. For example, I jotted some of these down. He saw the return of Curryman on Impact Wrestling. I love Curryman. I think he's hilarious. That's very confusing for my dad to see a guy wearing a plate of curry on his head who's hot and spicy and dances and then speaks in broken Japanese.
You know what? I think it sounds like your dad needs to get with the program, Scott. That sounds awesome.
Well, he fell asleep then shortly after that, which was good. So
He woke up to Bully Ray sexually assaulting Brooke Hogan.
No, he woke up to... Yeah, he didn't wake up months ago.
Yeah.
He woke up in the now.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for burning me.
No problem. All the listeners do it anyway.
Yeah. I got my time machine, and I'm trapped in Impact from 6 months ago.
He also saw on SmackDown when Vicky Guerrero came out and talked. So after the third excuse me, he turns his head and just looks in horror and goes, Jesus. He saw... My dad, this is what happens. I sat through at least 4 hours of wrestling with him potentially wandering in and out of the room or like being in the room and doing other stuff, being preoccupied. He managed to look and see Los Matadores and El Torito.
God, that's like 2 minutes of airtime, right?
Yes. But he happened to catch it. Like, he didn't see Triple H talking. He didn't see Big Show coming out. He didn't see CM Punk. He didn't see Daniel Bryan. He didn't see The Shield. He saw Los Matadores and El Torito.
Well, I'm sure he was delightfully amused, as all of us in the WWE universe are.
Nope.
Nope.
Audible sigh. And he also saw Titus O'Neil puking on SmackDown.
Nice.
He didn't see the puking. He saw that there was a lot of stuff going on, and then saw that something happened in JBL's hat, and saw him wandering around. He goes, "What's in that hat?" I go, "Vomit." He goes, "Oh," and then they pour the hat of puke on Michael Cole's head, and then another.
What does your dad do?
Be disappointed in me.
Gotcha.
Professionally.
It's funny, when you started that, you said, you got something on your finger?
No, it got scraped.
Oh, Scott hurting himself on the podcast. This just in.
Hardcore.
You said out of the 4 hours that my dad watched wrestling or sort of saw wrestling, you made it sound like the first thing I thought of was opposed to the hours upon hours of callousness, like the calluses you've built up over the years of watching professional wrestling. So for you, it's like, oh yeah, this is pretty normal. And then when you get that sort of like sensitivity of someone else in the room, it's like, oh, this is the first time they're seeing this. It's like you feel like a raw nerve where you're like, oh God, please don't have a farting contest in front of some woman's face. Like, please don't do this right now. It's like, oh God, please don't cover that disabled midget in feces. Please don't do this. Not right now. Hi, Dad.
God, I gotta get out of this Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
My dad has seen it before. He's been exposed to it. He knows a fair amount of the guys, and he
knows of your proclivities.
Mm-hmm. He's aware of Kurt Angle, and he likes him. He's aware of Stone Cold and Rock and John Cena. Like, he knows a fair amount of the guys. He brought up Macho Man, was asking about Miss Elizabeth, and there's some chat there. But that's the shitty part is, like, he asked about them, and then it goes into, well, yeah, they used to be married, and then what happened was Lex Luger was with her, and then there was an OD, and then she died, and then a couple years later, he had a heart attack, and then, I just bummed my dad out.
Audible sigh.
Yeah, like nerddom bumming my dad out. But then what he did watch one thing and was amused by it, and this was during Raw. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine? And you saw the segment. Can you imagine what my dad saw and was amused by that happened on this past Monday Night Raw?
Was it R-Truth flipping out when Brodus Clay pushed, what's his name? Xavier
Woods?
Xavier Woods.
Close. It was that segment.
It was?
Yes. He was.
Was it that segment or was it that match?
It was like that whole match. It was because he saw Brodus Clay and Xavier Woods fighting each other and started laughing at the idea that he goes, well, he's rather undersized, wouldn't you say? Well, against that other guy, meaning Brodus Clay, and got a kick out of the match. Thought it was kind of fun, kind of neat.
A big guy?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then saw him get beat up, but then he won and then cleared out of there. And he goes, oh, his buddy was helping him get out of there before he got beat up even more, huh? That was okay.
Yeah.
That blew my mind because he saw them come out dancing. He saw both teams come out and dance. I'm like, oh, fuck. He's watching 4 wrestlers dance. Oh, and there's 2 girls dancing too. Like, Jesus Christ, the perception of what wrestling was to what it is now, that what he catches. So he saw a little bull.
I think
he saw some lady yelling. He saw a dude with curry on his fucking head. He saw a dude puking. And then he sees the dancing guys. It's like, well, I guess with all the wrestling that Scott watches, this is okay.
Well, yeah, that's the highlight out of all the terrible things you mentioned, dancing and music. It's like, the arts.
Terrible. My mom said CM Punk and Kane were terrible actors.
Your mom is such a harsh critic.
She is. I'm like, they're actually good.
No, they're the best.
They've been on for like 4 seconds. He can't say they're terrible. Give credit to the guy that made Kane's suit, for God's sake.
Yeah, that's a giant suit.
It's a giant suit.
I really like this new creepy Kane.
New creepy Kane is great. Corporate Kane with a K.
Yeah.
I love him.
I really want to see him wrestle. I want to see him wrestle in like old man trunks.
It's fascinating how the new gimmick it refreshes all matches.
Reinvigorates it.
And it changes all matches. Like, if this Kane fought Undertaker, it's a totally new match. You've never seen it before. Because it's a weird corporate Kane who's going to go, you know what, brother? And then start removing his tie. You're like, this is so weird.
Takes off his suit, folds it, puts it to the side.
Yeah.
God, that'd be really cool to see.
Well,
I also like the sort of hinting that Daniel Bryan might turn or he might join like the Wyatt family. I think when I thought about that, I was like, man, with Kane sort of with this change and him back, Daniel Bryan, like it would just change things in a way that'd be very exciting.
that's one of our jerk tweets a little later on, and I'll address it now. People are talking about that and saying that he would join the Wyatt family. So then everybody's referring to him as Daniel Wyatt, which doesn't make sense to me. That people made that jump in logic.
Nobody else in the Wyatt family has the Wyatt last name besides Bray Wyatt.
Right. It's
Wouldn't
Harper
you call
and
him
Rowan.
Daniel Bray?
Maybe he's still Daniel Bryan, part of the Wyatt family.
Yeah, there's Rowan, not Atkinson, and who's the other guy?
Oh, I was trying to figure out what you meant. Yes, not Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan
but
and-
if he joined, holy shit.
Like he wouldn't do the full beard, just a single mustache and some overalls.
Bean.
Hello.
It's Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. But yeah, he wouldn't change his last name. He's not getting married.
Mm-mm.
If you don't,
Mm-mm.
he's going into a religion. No one says then I am the Christian,
Scott
Tom
Christian.
Skerritt.
Scott Christ.
Yeah, no one throws Christian on their name. No one throws Jew or
This Jesus of Christ.
yeah. It's funny how that just strikes me as humorous. But another thing that struck me as very, very odd that we saw on Raw was Sin Cara was back again.
Ooh, with a new tattoo.
Yeah, which I don't know if people are saying that's not Sin Cara. I don't know. He had some new moves. He had a new tattoo.
He had a little bit of fluidity to his movement.
Yeah, but he still cracked his head.
Yeah, he did.
He botched a move, and it's like, well, isn't that Sin Cara that we all know and love? The one that does something big and stupid and then fucking fails at it?
But then he jumps right back up.
Sure, that time, but that other time we busted his finger and called the match off.
I'm done. I'm
Oh,
done.
ow. I know Triple H tore his quad. I hope he's not back there.
God, you imagine tearing the meat on your finger? Did you? That's what you did just now. Right?
Yeah, I'm hardcore.
Yeah.
I'm still going. I'm still podding that cast.
Yeah. Time limit draw.
Time
Limit draw. Well, let's talk to him. Let's talk to Sin Cara. Let's find out what's going on.
You want to, Sin Cara is here, but I don't know anymore. I don't know if it's him or not.
Well, I do. I can talk to him.
Because the internet says it's not him. Well, Steve has Sin Cara hasn't been on the show for a while, but I should let the listeners know, maybe the new listeners or the lewd listeners.
The lewd listeners.
That Steve has a very odd relationship with Sin Cara. I can't figure out how to communicate with Sin Cara. It's very reminiscent of Han Solo and Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Most people seem to listen to Chewbacca
And they hear
kinda,
a series of howls and grunts.
Han Solo knows exactly what he's saying.
Yeah.
But when Sin Cara's on, I mean, I don't hear a lot of what he says. You tend to. You just pick up on what he says. So, I mean, I don't know how much help I'm even going to be.
Well, let's bring him in. Let's sit him
All
down.
right.
Hey, Sin Cara, thanks for joining us. Oh, you're excited to be back on Raw, huh? Oh, okay. It was curious that you're having a match with Alberto Del Rio, and apparently you guys have some beef from back in Mexico, correct? Would you say that it was sort of difficult to wrestle?
What?
Scott, this is really strange. I'm actually having trouble understanding Sin Cara today.
What? Really?
Yeah, ordinarily he just breathes really hard, but now he seems to be... Here, I'll dive a little bit deeper. Sin Cara, a lot of people have talked about how you botch moves and you're sort of, you're still up there, you're still a go-getter, but your moves seem to be really sort of high risk, and you sort of seem to be skirting that risk every time you wrestle. Do you have any comment on that?
Fuck you, stupido gringo.
Okay, Scott, I definitely heard a fuck you, stupid gringo in there.
What, really?
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
No, I didn't. Steve, I don't speak Spanish.
All right. Also, Sin Cara, we couldn't help but notice you got a new tattoo. Any meaning for that? All right, I am hearing a lot of Spanish obscenities, Scott. Sin Cara, you know what? I'm going to take a hardline approach on this. Sin Cara, a lot of people think that you're another wrestler. I think that you are the new Doink the Clown and that you switch masks for a lot of people to see whoever can cover for Sin Cara each night.
kiss on my dick, you fucking pingo. If I fuck your sister, huh? Fucking show her good.
Scott, tell me, did you can hear this, right?
What?
You can't hear him talking at all?
I hear noises. I don't know what is going on or being said. I hear different tones, but I don't, like I can pick up uno, dos, tres.
Okay.
But that's the extent of it.
All right. Sin Cara, usually after you pin someone, what are you waiting to hear?
Waiting to hear your fucking sister scream, I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because what would she be doing there?
Oh, what?
What?
Yeah, she'd be taking it from me. Like, come on.
You know what? I don't think this is Sin Cara. Sin Cara doesn't talk like this.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, take off your mask. Sir, take off your mask.
Hey,
I'm taking it off. I'm taking it off.
Don't fucking touch me, bro.
What? Who are you?
I'm a wrestler, man.
Are you Epico, Hunico, or one of those two other guys?
I'm Smokebombo. Pop! Oh, that's so awesome. He's got special effects now.
What is that, ammonia?
That's way better than the other Sin Cara that had that trampoline.
I feel like I'm throwing up out of my eyes.
Oh, that was so exciting. He does a smoke bomb at the end. So you think that was a different Sin Cara?
I think so. When has Sin Cara had a tattoo?
I don't know.
When has Sin Cara been that rude?
Well, hey, I don't know. That was kind of rude. Maybe he's a bad guy now.
I'd love to see a bad guy Sin Cara.
Well, maybe that'll
Wasn't
happen.
there a gray Sin Cara?
A gray Sin Cara?
Yeah. There was a gray Sin Cara.
Like a dried out cat turd ET?
There was a gray Sin Cara for a little while. Remember when there was two Sin Caras?
That was when I was on the ship.
There was two Sin Caras and you were on the ship?
Yeah, I missed all that because then when it was Hunico, Camacho, all those guys, and then there's fake Sin Cara.
Camacho.
I couldn't keep track of all that stuff.
Smokebombo. Damn it.
Well, a little bit later on, too, I think we should talk to Jeff Hardy because you put him on special assignment for this.
Of course. When you want answers, you send in the one man who can get them.
Yeah, anybody else other than Jeff Hardy, but you seem to think Jeff Hardy will get this done.
It's a fun time every time.
It is time every time. All right, we got to talk about this. Unified Championship. After all this time, they're finally fucking doing it. I'm so excited.
How do you feel about the title? The name?
I don't care. I don't care what you call it. I don't care who wins it. Just do it already.
That promo that John Cena cut on Raw, I really like that, where he's talking about the North-South territories and which belt is which one is real. And it's like, well, there's only one company now, which was kind of braggadocious, but braggadocious, but or braggadocious. I don't know the braggadocio.
Braggadocio
makes it sound like
was even more bragger.
I think braggadocio was the classic Renaissance painter who painted everything and it told everybody how great it was. But when I
saw him at the Ren Fair, it's like, oh god, you're basically Jackson Pollock, right?
Those are fucking stick figures, all right. But I like it. That promo that John Cena cut was cool. Randy Orton becoming this even more of an arrogant sort of like a total narcissist, I think is a really cool way to go about it. I hope it's clean. I hope that the finish is clean with TLC.
See, that's the other beauty about all this. Everybody jumped to conclusions. Everybody said on the internet, which was great. I encouraged it, that everybody said, oh, don't you think it'll just be one guy pulls down one belt each and it's the opposite belt? And
that was me, Scott. I said that.
Hey, everybody said it.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people that said it, which I think caused them to go, well, if everybody's going to think that and that's put out there that widespread, we can't do it.
Unification.
So then they went on the route of Triple H had one of those little interviews with Michael Cole and then said there will be one champion. It will be unified. And then they were saying it's going to happen. There has to be a winner and there will be one champion.
I think that's awesome.
I love it. I'm so happy. The explanation of when you watch it with your dad or your girl or anybody that is that casual viewer and go, wait a minute. So there's a world champion and a WWE champion? What's the difference? And you have to go, oh, God, they're fucking isn't one.
And then there's a really nice song that goes with it.
The Big Show.
Yeah. I think that what I'm hoping is I really want to find out how Chris Jericho's going to win. That's really
you think Chris Jericho's going to win?
Yeah, I hope so.
Closing the blinds to the Comedy Podcast Network. And we're back. Yeah, I was at the original.
Hey, Drive Time Morning Radio.
Did I do it like that?
You totally did.
Yeah. Well, we're keeping it. Well, hey, everybody. Well, I was at the original Vengeance back in 2001 in December.
Was that a triple threat?
No, what that was it was 3 matches in one night. It was trying to remember the order. I don't think I can. Stone Cold and Kurt Angle versus The Rock. Stone Cold Kurt Angle was one match, and then that person moves on. And then The Rock versus Chris Jericho. The winner of that moves on. It was Stone Cold and Chris Jericho, then fighting for the Undisputed Championship, and then Jericho won. And Jericho was the guy.
The undisputed championship was like made that night.
Was both belts.
Uh-huh.
You won both titles, the WWE title and the world title. And I was there at that show, front row, and I kept joking because at the time I did not like Jericho at all, and he was not the pick to win by anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was the other 3 guys. Jericho was the guy to get beat, and he won the whole thing. And I kept making a joke of, if he fucking wins that night, I am going to hop the rail.
Mm-hmm.
And that night, Booker T debuts. He jumps the rail. The belt, the WWF Championship, was right near me. It would have been a really hard reach
it was
to
on
get
the ground, but it was close by.
Very close by. And it did that consideration of, I want to take this and run. I won't make it. I won't get out of here. If it flew over the rail, maybe I'd have a chance, but to reach over, get it, and then go, there's no fucking way I'd be stopped by security. I'd never get out.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
This is to hold my pants up.
Oh, my God. How rad would that be to steal the actual title?
That would be super rad.
But Jericho won, and I was so mad. I was so fucking livid. I was so upset.
I remember the promo he cut. I think it was either the next week or the week after, where he was sitting by a pool and he was drinking like a Mai Tai, sitting on one of those lounging chairs with the new belt, and he was like, "As your first undisputed champion."
Oh, gosh.
That was so great.
I can be seen on that DVD, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like in the pre-show match.
Scott, master of the cameo.
Yes.
I'm
I show up
excited.
in far too many pay-per-views.
I'm excited because if there is one belt, a unified championship, it gives it a lot of weight and it makes it important again. Instead of having 2 matches or having a curtain jerk like opening match at WrestleMania for a championship.
Hey, we should still have a match at WrestleMania for a championship,
no,
Steve.
we're gonna be sponsoring
No,
a match
instead
like
of.
Pep Boys.
Hey,
Brought to you by Curtain Jerks.
at some point I'm going to get to know Maria Menounos, right?
All right.
She's a WrestleMania competitor. We're gonna be
Endorsement deals.
mixed tag match.
Skittles and Sprite, bro.
We're gonna get in a mixed tag match of celebrities and comedians
of celebrity proportion.
versus Tongues of Funk and the Funkadactyls.
Tongues of Funk.
Tongues of Funk. It's their heel turn.
I bet.
And they're just going, somebody call my mama.
I feel like the idea of having a belt and having matches, like suddenly they seem just literally 50% more important.
Yes, huge. It's huge. I mean, we talked about it before. That's what I said too. That it's going to mean so much more. Everybody's going to care that much more. This is now the argument when it could be made of, if you want to get up in arms and really care and bitch about what this guy doesn't have the championship yet, because who gave a shit before when there was 2 belts and it didn't really matter and one was more important than the other one was.
Even 3 belts with John Cena and CM Punk after their big rivalry.
Yeah.
Remember? Like, it's like, oh, we're just going to give another belt to John Cena. And it's like,
for fuck's sake.
there's 2 belts. So you're going to really base it on who can hold the belt up higher for the crowd to cheer?
Yeah.
I mean, that was 3 belts.
Yeah, now it's really exciting again because now it is that top guy. Now you do get that one championship match that means something in a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Not the 2 where then the interest is split.
It doesn't split your focus, which I think in terms of storytelling makes a huge difference.
Huge.
The stakes are very strict. And the other thing is they almost kind of just debuted that new belt, the one that has its own iconography on it,
Right.
like the Randy Orton or the what did John
The
Cena
Mack
have?
Truck Grill.
The Mack Truck Grill, yeah.
Yeah,
And then
from Joyride. Rest in peace, Paul Walker.
Paul Walker. And then there's the Rock's, like the emblems. The side plates have the emblem of whatever superstar.
Yeah.
Like your Kofi Kingston would have those crazy little dreadlock heads.
Right.
But I'm curious. Are they do they have a third design?
I like that you went to Kofi Kingston, when he wins the belt.
He's got the most.
He's a little ways off, I think.
His icon, like they did Miz has a weird face.
I
Like,
still don't understand that Miz face.
everybody has their own
Is
icon.
that him trying to smile?
Maybe.
Holy shit.
I think it also says awesome, but smushed together to make a face. Like remember,
Awesome.
everybody hey, everybody's got to have an icon. Everybody's got to have a hand signal. Everybody's got to be able to do something to let the crowd know they're about to do their finisher move instead of just doing their finisher move.
Right.
Who you knock someone down, now go in the corner and do your weird fucking chicken dance. To
Don't
let everyone know-
capitalize.
Yeah.
Don't immediately go after that guy to get a win. Let them recover and be confused.
Do your pantomime dance
Mhm.
and then strike.
Because a couple of guys did it, and it was really popular. So everybody do it.
Everybody
to water it down.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. I don't care about a unified belt.
First, I pretend to waft the air, then I pinch my nose, and then I stick my butt in their face. Stink face.
Oh my god, he won.
Yeah. I wish Rikishi would do that.
R.I.P. Rikishi.
He's still alive.
Yeah, I know. But R.I.P. for wrestling in the ring and putting your butt in people's faces.
He shows up every once in a while. He's teaching. He's teaching, Scott.
Steve, those who can't do, teach.
And those who do sometimes teach incredibly well.
Oh, yes. Wonderful.
These are those accents I was talking about. Listen to how terrible they are. Do you
Dickens.
have glass? They'll break.
Dickens fair, Dickens fair.
I had toffee there.
Okay.
I also had a snake bite, which is Guinness and cider.
Oh, I thought that's when a whore bites your cock.
No, that's when a snake bites your cock.
Oh, that's right.
And then I also
I don't get out much.
I had a steak and mushroom pie.
That's when a whore shits on you, right?
No, it was a steak and mushroom pie.
All right.
But I did pay a prostitute. One of the actors as a prostitute. There was
Were there whores?
There was actress prostitutes there. Prosta actors.
Yeah, but do you ask? Do you proposition?
No, they just sort of are really
How
dirty
in
looking and
character
have
are you?
teeth, raisins on their teeth to make them look like holes, and they really look like scum.
Yeah.
Scum.
Yeah, but they're still actresses. They gotta make it a little green, you know.
I think they're already getting paid.
I think I want to go to this Dickens fair.
I think you would.
Dickens.
I think you would have.
Dickens.
You would have a blast at the Dickens fair.
Yeah, Dickens. all
Full
the way.
costume. You look like Jack the Ripper
Would I?
if you dressed up like Jack the Ripper.
But nobody knows what Jack the Ripper looked like.
What's his name? Dashing Jack? Something?
Dashing Cody Rhodes.
The Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Dashing Cody Rhodes. is
Dashing
Jack the
Cody
Ripper.
Rhodes of Barnaby Street. No, that's the barber. Oh man,
It was Goldust. Goldust was Sweeney Todd, and Cody Rhodes was
like
Jack the
Lighthearted
Ripper.
Jack, Candle Jack from Freakazoid.
I didn't watch Freakazoid.
It's really good.
I should have.
It was like
just a little too old at that point. It was like, I'm not gonna do it.
no, it was like the freshman year of high school to junior high of Animaniacs.
Yeah, but I was older. I am older than you.
Yeah.
I didn't change. I'm an old piece of shit. Hey, everybody, it's time for Jerk Tweets. Each week, go to twitter.com/curtainjerks and send us your hashtag Jerk Tweets. This week, the first one we got here is from good friends of the show, Wrestling a Show, who's in NorCal.
Northern California, Sacramento, right?
As I like to say,
No,
NoCal.
San Jose,
I
right?
think they're in San Jose, yeah.
Yeah, San
I
Jose.
like to say NoCal because it makes
No pig.
no Mexican pig. It's SoCal and NoCal. I don't know where NorCal came from. Doesn't make
Probably
sense to me.
some asshole from Northern California. Actually, SoCal and NoCal I think are pretty dumb sounding anyway. It's just Cal, brah.
It's all Cal, brah.
Also,
That's how the English say it.
There was a guy wearing a Cali shirt, but it's in the Cal font.
Yeah.
For the Cal Bears. And I was like, "Oh, are you from Berkeley?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, USC fan, huh?" And he's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Oh, there's an I at the end of that." And it sort of bummed me out because there's a big rivalry between Cal, Stanford, USC, and UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that people
Like the NWOs.
Mm-hmm.
You got the black and white originals. You got the
the
Wolfpack.
Wolfpack, not
And you got your LWO.
not your Easy E's and your Dr. Dre's.
No. Those guys, they got attitude.
Yeah, when you pluralized it, I was like, "Is this
That's
gonna be the-
NWA.
What did I say?
Were you
I think the O stands for opportunity.
niggas with opportunity. God, what if there was an NWO, but it stood for Nigger World Order?
I would be surprised. You know what? I wouldn't put it past when WWE comes back around for and they hit their Attitude Era
Yeah.
way too hard.
And then Triple H and Stephanie, they fall apart, and Biggie Langston then swoops in with Stephanie, and then it's like, let me tell you something. What we're gonna do?
No, I'm like, but I think there's that carnival like carny atmosphere where it's like it really, if it comes full circle, it's gonna drop everything we've ever seen. It's gonna be 100 times worse. Like Mae Young's hand, the Kiss My Ass Club, the new NWO,
There'll be nothing
all
in
that. It'll be
comparison.
like there will be nothing that'll be sacred. It will be.
Do you remember the new NWO?
It's like, yeah, I had a problem with it.
It wasn't black and white. It was just black.
Yeah, it was really just. It was a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah. My son loved it.
It's like, I really had a problem with the T-shirts that my son was wearing, and so did apparently a lot of the people at his school.
What an amazing thing that would be. Well, the first one is from Wrestlinga Show, who would probably love something like that as well, knowing those guys. You can check out their YouTube show, youtube.com/Wrestlinga Show. Great show they got there. They say, fuck you, Steve. We don't know why. We just hear everyone else say it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
No questions?
No questions.
I expected more from you guys.
There will be a crossover someday. This I vow. Axe-wielding Alex says, so, a Freaky Friday body switch situation with any wrestler. Who? What do you do in their body, and what you think they do in yours? Now, thought about this a little bit. With a Freaky Friday type situation, a vice versa, if you will. What's another one? There's like 6 movies of these, I know.
My Dad and Me? I don't know.
Oh, no, the Dudley
My
Moore
Dad
one.
in Me?
Ew. The Dudley Moore one, right? Isn't there one with
They're
him
all
and Kirk
called
Cameron?
Freaky Friday, aren't they?
No, there was an original Freaky Friday, and then there's the one with Jamie Lee Curtis and
The Dream a Little Dream
yeah, Dream a Little Dream.
with the Coreys.
Vice versa with Fred Savage and Judge Reinhold.
Mm-hmm.
So it's if you
A
don't if
Face
you aren't
Off?
familiar with these
Face Off?
ish
Face Off?
ish.
The one with Jason Bateman and Ryan Reynolds?
Oh yeah, American
Face
Pie.
Off 2?
No, I don't know. You and someone else have a, yeah, well, I just wish that maybe if you lived in my shoes, maybe you'd understand my situation a little bit better. And then the other one feels that way too because they don't understand one another.
Mm-hmm.
It tends to be in these movies like it's a mother-daughter, a father-son, where then they switch. Some magical voodoo thing happens, and then they switch spirits into other bodies. Now,
Did you just have to explain the premise of a Freaky Friday body switch?
I don't think a lot of people would know what this is.
We talk about RoboCop on this show a lot. I feel like
Yeah, that's RoboCop.
But
Steve.
I never.
That's our audience.
I know. I
don't
never
think
have to.
wrestling
I don't think we
fans-
ever have to explain. Well, this cop on the mean streets of future Detroit gets shot by a bunch of bad guys after they rob a bank, but they burn all the money, so they're super pissed. And this one Detroit cop and his rookie partner. But he's the rookie. They both go to this warehouse in Detroit because there's no backup, and then they both get shot. And then Alex Murphy, the rookie cop, gets shot so bad, and he gets shot in the head, and his hand gets blown off. But he's already signed all the paperwork, and OCP owns the cops, and then they turn him into a RoboCop. RoboCop.
Yeah, we never explained that. I think that was a preemptive fuck you, Steve Sears from Wrestlinga Show, because they know what RoboCop is.
Okay.
See, I don't think the UK or the worldwide listeners
No,
get these movies and know what they are.
I think they do. It's not a closed market anymore. UK isn't closed anymore. It's not like Commodore Perry invading Japan with culture.
Then I want to know right now, as you're listening to this episode, have you seen the movie Vice Versa?
Have you seen the movie Vice Versa?
Yes.
Maybe
My brother
maybe
and
I
I-
should move because I haven't seen it.
My brother and I rented it on VHS when we were kids because we liked Fred Savage
And Die Hard was out.
Yes, and
Die Hard's this movie where this one cop, John McClane, comes back from New York after he's recently separated from his wife, and he's got to go to LA to meet her for this big Christmas party. But then all these terrorists show up, and it turns out they're not making a political statement. They just are trying to steal a bunch of money because Alan Rickman is an exceptional thief.
man, Steve's super quick movie synopsises are great.
Everybody remembers the villain. And Bruce Willis is in there. He steps on glass.
If the first 10 minutes of Vice Versa is another movie entirely because my brother and I ejected it because it's all voodoo shit in the beginning.
Really?
You don't see the characters at all. There's no title screen. So we thought we got the wrong movie. So we ejected it and like looked at the cassette tape going like, I thought this is the movie we wanted to watch.
This was the Dudley Moore one or the Fred
No,
Savage one?
Fred Savage and
Okay.
Judge Reinhold. I don't think people have seen this movie. If you've seen these movies and you know, let us know.
I
please.
think I've seen the VHS cover. Before we get into the Freaky Friday situation, where we switch spirits with other wrestlers,
You don't get to choose, I think.
What?
Like, meaning, like, I think we would choose for the other one, like, what the situation is and how you switch with that person.
oh, then
because-
I've got yours.
Oh, okay.
I've got 2 for you.
You got 2 for me.
Yeah.
That's too many bodies to switch around.
Well.
All right, so who? Pick your best one.
For myself,
For
for
comedic
you.
value. For me. And
Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, you're incredibly athletic. You're having some killer matches. You're in a really exciting part of your career right before like everything explodes. Like things are only going to get better for you. But right now, this is this really strange climb where things are very exciting. And you're engaged to Brie Bella. I
So-
thought that'd be good for you.
Well, yeah. I don't want to switch back. He's going to have to hunt me down. So what's the situation?
Which is strange because suddenly this really tall wrestler comes onto the scene with all these strange moves, and he starts training
And
really hard.
brittle bones.
Yeah, and his brittle bones. And it's Daniel Bryan becoming a wrestler with your body.
Wow. So it's a best of situation.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, how did we come across each other and like
Power
Yeah.
lines. Power lines.
Oh, power, so it's a
So like you were okay. Here, this
frequency
is what
sort of
happened.
thing?
Daniel Bryan was having dinner at Applebee's after after an event at Staples Center.
Yes.
Well, actually, I don't even know where there's an Applebee's in Los Angeles. You guys are at an Outback Steakhouse in Burbank.
Ooh.
Daniel Bryan had an hankering, so he went to Burbank to get some Outback Steakhouse.
Really?
Yeah.
The vegan?
Yeah, so weird. He had a hankering for Outback Steakhouse because they've got really good salad.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh. And me and you, I had a hankering for Outback Steakhouse, so we went to Outback Steakhouse, and I was eating the Kookaburra chicken strips because they're really good.
Okay.
And you were having molten chocolate cake for dinner. Because
All
you
right,
can have
Outback
dinner
is
for-
not a sponsor of this show.
Okay, I'm sorry. And so we're there, and then Daniel Bryan is walking to the bathroom, and you're walking out of the bathroom, and there's water on the floor, and you both slip. And then your legs are so long that you hit the halogen lights above you and electrocute yourself. And then he lands and you his boot touches your head and the puddle, and you both get electrocuted and you switch.
Holy shit. Oh, I can't top that for you.
Yeah, you can.
I
Come
don't
on.
think I
You
can.
top this on a weekly basis.
Oh,
Do you want to hear your other one?
okay.
Yeah? Okay. Your other one is you switch with Hulk Hogan in the 80s. Right before WrestleMania. Actually, I don't know enough of the history, but I wanted to say Hogan at the top. They're like, you are the American hero. Like, wrestling is real. You are a Superman, and you have the tiny belt. You have the tiny championship belt that looks like a fucking wristwatch.
Right.
You've got that, and yeah, we'll do WrestleMania 3. So
Okay.
you're going into.
I
your
gotta
match with
slam Andre the Giant.
You gotta slam Andre the Giant.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, you are slamming Andre
But I
the
have-
Giant. You guys switched in the parking lot because there was this big puddle of water, and you were walking out of the arena, and he was walking into the arena, and you slipped, and your long foot hit the telephone pole, and then his boot touched your head, and you guys switched.
Oh, God. But he has such a strong mindset, so he was going to slam Andre the Giant, where I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. All right. You and AJ Styles.
Ooh, the phenomenal one?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What era? When?
Oh, this is tomorrow.
Oh, fuck you, man.
What do you mean? Fuck you, man.
I wanted to get a haircut.
He's the world champion.
Is he?
Yes, if you watch the show, you know these things. He's the world champion right now, and he is, going against Dixie Carter and everything that's going on, and he's defending his belt all over the world right now.
What's my next
So
pay-per-view
you get to
opponent?
travel all over the world, and what's great is he's defending his title on Christmas in Vietnam, which is what you want to do.
That's true.
You want to go to Vietnam for Christmas. So he's getting to travel all over the world and defend his title and not have a lot of people bother him because he's not on TV really right now. And he gets to do what he loves that he wants to do and get paid
travel.
for it. And travel.
And I get to wear gloves and pants?
You get to wear gloves and pants and a hoodie,
Nice.
which you're wearing right now, and you put it up a couple times, and then you took it off right before you started the show as though you're getting ready to fly.
Yeah. Oh, so how did we switch?
Okay, you got in a car accident.
Okay. Who was driving, me or AJ?
You were both driving your cars.
A two-wheeled car?
What?
That's a motorcycle, Scott.
I don't know what happened there. You both have cars. You're driving them, and you got in an accident.
Duh. With each other?
He was on his way to he came to Los Angeles, had some time he just wanted to see the city, but then he was planning on then driving down to Mexico to have some matches. and then you were on your way to work early in the morning, and he was getting an early drive, and then
Was there a puddle?
there was a puddle, and there were two puddles that were just becoming connected at the same time as there's a lightning storm. And then you both slip into the puddle, hydroplane into each other, and then you see two birds on the ground at the same time, two doves, and then they're about to get hit by both of your cars, and you go, "Oh no, get ready to fly!" at the same time, and then crash. Then you switch bodies.
Nice.
And you're both so disoriented, you see each other like, oh, is that AJ Styles? And he goes, "Oh, I don't know that guy."
And then you continue on your way.
And then, yeah. And then
Hey.
AJ Styles. And then all of a sudden, AJ has really cool, interesting promos that everybody loves. And he's fun and, like, has all these weird references. And people are like, AJ got really fucking cool all of a sudden. Even more cool.
Man, I know we weren't going to get each other for Christmas, but, like, this is, like, a great Christmas gift. Thank you, Scott. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Steve. Well, we're going to do more, but I got to wrap that up. So we'll get to the final thing of the show. Sorry, we got wrapped up in our movie talk.
Yeah, movie talk.
So
and also NWO.
Yes.
If that stays in the episode, which is going to be great if there's... No, it's going to stay in. I was about to say, if there's this
I'm
blank
okay
slot
with
where-
saying the word.
Yeah, well...
In comedic... It's the Louis C.K. thing. Like, you have to own it and say it. And I'm not using it in a derogatory way. I know you may be like, oh, I can't believe you just said that word.
Well, you know what's funny is when you hear it, the first thing you think of is like, oh, God, are we in trouble? Why would I say that? Did it come from a spiteful place? Which is sort of a weird sort of liberal mindset for myself.
Yeah.
But I think...
it's crept into my brain from you. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
always wanted to be the one where it's the Carlin, Louis C.K. philosophies of like, nope, it's just a word.
Well, I
it
think
depends
for
on what kind of power you give it. and what
everybody
you
wants
mean.
to feel like they can say anything and that it's... You want to have that power to be able to say anything.
Yes.
But I think at the same time, a lot of people sort of take it and it still has a malicious intent where it's like,
Yes.
hey, I can say whatever I want, free speech. And it's like, well, within the boundaries of, of logic.
Yeah.
Like I think there's something to be said that can be constructive about what we did today as a whole. Not just saying one word. I'm saying for what we
yes.
did today, someone enjoyed their commute today, Scott.
I hope so.
Hopefully they weren't driving towards AJ Styles.
Because then wrestling fans will one day go, you thought the Nation of Domination was bad? You thought those were some bad dudes?
Things are
Nigga
about
world
to change.
order.
Things are about to change.
That would be crazy.
I'd like it.
Oh, man. New NWO. So we said we're going to get...
That's also Simon Dean, right? He's the leader of that?
Why?
I don't know.
We said we're going to get down to this who is this Sin Cara? Well, I think we should talk to Jeff Hardy because you put him on the special report, he's on our correspondence payroll. He does this for
I've
for
already got
a
it. I've
living.
already got him on hold.
Well, then I think we need to get down to this. Who is Sin Cara? Who was he? Let's go to Jeff Hardy on the phones right now. Jeff Hardy, are you there?
Man on the street, man on the street. I'm a man on the street. On the beat, I'm the man on the street. Getting yourself the news you need.
Okay, Jeff, are you there?
Hey, yeah, man, I'm here. I was just singing my new theme song.
That's your new theme song?
Man on the street, man on the street. Man on the street, I'm the man on the street. Get your news on the beat. Need the news that you need.
Is that where you're going to come out to on Impact Wrestling?
Oh no, it's on my new album. God dang, what is that thing called?
You don't remember what your own album is called?
No, I wrote it on a piece of paper while I was flying through a desert.
Jeff, that's all right. Jeff, I was...
Oh, it's the Permutations of Hope or something.
Jeff, I have to ask you, Steve has put you back on assignment. You were given the assignment of figuring out who Sin Cara was on Raw. Some people have even speculated that might have been you because he did a swanton bomb.
You know, a lot of people have been saying that, and I just want to set the record straight for a second, which is that swanton bomb was not nearly as lazy as my swanton bomb.
What?
Yeah, he did a dive forward and then he tucked at the end. I usually touch them with my forehead and then roll on my neck just to land on my shoulders on them.
Oh, I see.
But I can see the confusion. A lot of people thought that it was a very effective one. And I just want to take this moment. I just found a cocktail napkin I wrote in my back pocket. My album's actually called Plurality of Worlds. So, I think a lot of people...
You really took the time to put that out there.
Yeah, I just want to put that out there because it's available now on iTunes. And a lot of people, if you're wondering...
Is it?
If you're wondering who Sin Cara is, It's Plurality of Worlds is available on the Shop TNA website. And
That
so you
it
can find your
is.
answers there.
I don't know if it's available on iTunes though.
Not yet. Hopefully, once we determine who Sin Cara's identity is, you can download my new single, Dragon Breath.
Is that another single? You got a lot of songs.
Hey, what? What?
You have a lot of songs, Jeff.
I can only assume I do.
Okay, you just said to get down to who Sin Cara is. Did you not figure out who Sin Cara was on Raw?
Yeah, man, that's Triple H.
That's not Triple H.
Yeah, it's Triple H, man. You can tell by that big old tattoo he's got on his shoulder.
Oh, who do you think Triple H is?
What?
Who do you think Triple H is?
Oh, he's one of those guys that Triple H brought in for that new infusion of Latino talent.
Okay, you just said Triple H is one of those guys that Triple H brought in.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, trying to find out answers in a rational, logical way.
Hey, look. Y'all remember when I was at Hogan's Beach?
Yes.
And I was
You're trapped
covering
in
the opening,
aquarium.
and I got trapped in the aquarium that's in the
Mhm.
bathroom?
Yeah.
I was there for a long time.
Yeah.
I had a lot of time to think.
Okay.
And that's where I came up with the majority of my lyrics for my new album, Plurality of Worlds.
Okay. All right.
So I know a lot about wrestling. I know a lot about music because I'm a musician wrestler or a wrestler musician and not the other way around. So I just want to thank you and understand from where I'm coming from, which is Sin Cara is Triple H.
Okay, it can't
His
be.
name was also Mystico, but it sounds too much like Mysterio, so they changed it, man. That sounds like something Triple H did, you know?
Yeah, that does sound like something Triple H did. I'll give you credit for that, for a little journalism there, but it's not Triple H. They don't have the same skin tone. Triple H doesn't have a tattoo on his arm like that.
Speaking of tattoos on my arm, I got a tattoo on my arm. You gonna think that I'm Sin Cara next?
It was philosophized at one point. Were you Sin Cara?
I am Sin Cara.
You are Sin Cara.
Yeah, that wasn't a lazy swanton bomb. I was just lazing it up, man. I was really putting it all out there. I was just showing everybody the next level of where I'm at. Team Extreme.
Team Extreme. Team Extreme is not together anymore.
Wait, what?
No.
X-Team.
No. Team Extreme.
Team X-Team.
I mean, there's you and Matt, yes, but Lita's not in the picture anymore.
Steam Machine.
Steam Machine.
Steam Team.
Steam Team.
Get the team and the steam.
Well, I don't even
Man
know.
on the street. Man on the street. Get you the news that's on your beat.
Jeff, I'm worried about how much time you spent in that aquarium, and I'm worried if you actually still go back in that aquarium to sleep at night.
No. I don't sleep in that aquarium. What I do is I reglaze the bathtubs in my apartment complex.
What does that mean? Why were they glazed in the first place?
That's how bathtubs are glazed. That's why they're so shiny. It's a nice porcelain glaze.
Oh, okay.
It takes like 2 or 3 days to set.
I thought you might have been putting donut glaze on there.
No, man, that's for your sink.
Jeff.
Hey, look, I understand it sounds a little crazy sometimes. And
A lot of the time.
Everybody's talking about my rampant drug use. But look, I'm a kind soul.
Yes, you
And
are a kind soul.
All I want to do is share that by going out on investigative assignments and getting you guys the news you need.
Are you Jeff? Jeff, are you
I'm
Sin
Jeff.
Cara?
Yes, I am
God damn it.
Jeff. I am Jeff, man. Yes, exactly. Scott Narver, Steve Sears, the current
No.
I am Jeff.
No, I know.
I am Jeff. And
Yes.
think about it.
Oh.
You are Scott.
You're right.
And you are Steve. And
Okay.
you're a payphone. And you're a pigeon. And you're a manila envelope, hopefully filled with cash. Nope, that's cat poop. And that is a red
What?
car, and that's a blue car.
Why do you have an envelope filled with poop?
Hey, man, I don't just carry that shit around. No pun intended. It was just on the street.
Okay.
Hey, but it is addressed to me.
Who is Sin Cara, Jeff Hardy?
Who
Jeff Hardy.
is Sin Cara? Exactly, Scott Narver. Who is Sin Cara? Who is Sin Cara?
I'm asking you.
I don't know, man. They change it every week depending on people's proclivities. I'm sure Alberto Del Rio didn't want to wrestle the real Sin Cara, so they just got somebody who could fill in with him. That's what you really think that Sin Cara is going to get over Alberto Del Rio clean? No way, man. They got beef. They got more beef than an Arby's steakhouse. And if you ever go to an Arby's steakhouse, you'll realize what I'm talking about.
Mickey James.
I know her personally. We're in the same company.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a rude comment to say. It's just one of those jokes that the internet goes to all the time.
Really?
Yes. Have you seen those pictures, Jeff?
What pictures?
I guess you have not.
I don't have a computer.
You don't have a computer?
I use someone else's from a YouTube page.
Okay.
Team Extreme!
Jeff, thank you so much for your special report on who Sin Cara is.
Hey, you got it. I'll have it filed by Monday.
Don't use the envelope
The
filled with
telex?
cat poop.
You want me to use the telex?
No, I don't.
I can fax you this cat poop.
I don't know how, but please don't.
All right.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank y'all.
All right. Well, I guess that was a little bit of insight. It seems to just be whoever the WWE wants to put in there.
I think that really depends on if they want to have those orange lights. I'm sure there's one tech guy at every like SmackDown taping and Raw tapings like, hey, you guys want me to put the orange gel up so we can, have a Sin Cara match? All right, Jerry, thank you. We can put those up later. All right, I'm just saying, if we have a Sin Cara match, we can put up those orange gels. Anybody? No? Okay.
You know what I'd like to see? Joey Ryan get a shot and take the Sin Cara mask, cut out a mustache hole for it, and have Sleazy Cara.
I like that. Sleaze Cara?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Tweet him. Tell him Curtain Jerk sent you.
Sleaze Cara.
In closing, I just want to put out a special message to all you listeners out there. Thank you for enjoying our show, of course, but if you want a chance to win $25 in Steam money, you can be your own Steam machine. You know, Steam, the video game thing online. I play console things.
It's a PC sort of streaming service for PC games.
Yeah, and you can get all kinds of games on there. You can win $25 by listening to the 16 Bits podcast, which I am a part of, as well as Josh Callahan.
Of course, Josh Callahan would have $25 of Steam bucks to give away. Only available, only worth purchasing in Steam amusement parks.
Yeah, what an asshole for giving that away to listeners.
I wonder how he accrued it.
We paid for it.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes me thought about doing a giveaway
It
on
only
here,
cost
too.
us $27.50.
God damn it. We'll probably be doing a giveaway on our podcast as well soon because Josh had the great idea for this. So if you want to win $25 in Steam points, it's really easy. All you got to do is listen to 16 Bits podcast, and the instructions are there on how to win that money. It's super simple by just rating and reviewing the show on iTunes. And you might get a couple laughs out of listening to that show as well.
Little known fact, I'm Josh Callahan.
Oh, God. What a world. What a world. So thank you for listening, everybody. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And for those in the rest of the world, we hope you had a great day on that day, just living life as normal.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Just want to celebrate another day of living.
Yeah, another day of living. Just like Paul Walker did all those previous days. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. Watch a Fast and Furious movie. Enjoy those because it's got The Rock in it.
Oh, and Running Scared. He was great in that.
And Joyride, where you can see the debut of the WWE Championship.
Oh, the belt.
Yeah.
The grill.
Yeah. That was a joke. Called back. NWO, everybody. So I'm Scott Narver.
I'm Steve Sears.
Enjoy your wrestling, kids.
Scott, what a great show today.
One of the best. Always the best.
Great bests.
If you want to get interactive with Curtain Jerks, which I know you do, Steve.
Absolutely. That would be another great best thing to do.
Go to facebook.com/Curtain Jerks.
Hey, that's a great place to see photos of you with wrestlers and
Looking
interact with
stupid.
us. the
I look
hosts.
stupid.
Hey, you look pretty classy.
But yeah, get interactive with us. You can talk with us on there. We post matches, photos, videos, all kinds of stuff.
Is there another way we can interact with our fans?
We can interact with all these jerks at Twitter. Twitter.com/Curtain Jerks.
What a great Twitter handle.
We tweet all the time.
We
love
tweet at
the
breakfast.
tweets.
We do live tweets of shows, live tweets of live events.
I should wake up for breakfast.
Yeah, you should. You could tweet it.
And of course, listening to Curtain Jerks is massively important. Listen to Curtain Jerks on ComedyPodcastNetwork.com, Stitcher Radio, and iTunes. All free.
Rate and review us on iTunes. Makes a big difference to
That's
us.
huge.
Yeah,
That's
it's
huge.
fantastic.
It makes us a global phenomenon.
You have received this transmission from the Comedy Podcast Network. For more shows, visit comedypodcastnetwork.com.